necessitate the worship or adoration or respect of somebody else. And even within the mythology of Christianity, you have clear examples of this. Satan, for one. Certainly Satan, in that mythology, absolutely knows with no doubt that a God exists, yet does not choose to worship.
Right. I mean, what I was basically saying is that, I mean, even if God did show up, I mean, what good would that do? I mean, honestly.
It would, it would change the focus. If somebody sends you a letter and says, I want you to love me, and that's it, you don't know that person, could you ever make any kind of assessment about whether or not you could love them? Don't you have to know that person first? If a God's goal is for people to love and worship him, first of all, I'd say that those are things that are earned. But also, I cannot love or worship something that I don't even believe exists. So at a minimum, there's a minimum level of information that needs to be presented to everybody in order for them to be able to rationally make a decision about whether or not, what they feel about this thing. Now, even as a fictional character, I can tell you that the character of God in a Bible is, if it's accurate, fiction or not, is not the type of individual that I would respect or worship. But if that God were to appear and say, I exist, the scope of the conversation would change completely. Not to one of whether or not it exists, but whether or not this is the sort of being anybody should respect.
Walk to the edge of town, go across the track where the viaduct